I'm thinking about putting some butterflies in this painting so that when the kids come through, they can look for bugs in the pictures. So let me show you how I'm going to do that. So I've identified the flower I want to put the butterfly in, but I'm not entirely sure what size. So I could draw it, on tracing paper, or I could just print off a couple of sizes and see what works the best. I kind of like putting a butterfly in there. So the next question is, how am I going, if I'm using watercolor, how am I going to put a butterfly over this big bunch of colors? And what I'm going to do is gesso under here and then paint this. The watercolor does pretty well over gesso. And if I don't like it, I will move to some acrylic for that. When you first start painting with watercolor on gesso, it's a little unnerving if you aren't used to what to expect, especially after you've painted the whole thing and this is your last piece that you're doing. I don't know, sometimes I think I'm out of my mind, but the thing of it is, what I do love the look of watercolor on gesso. It looks very transparent, doesn't it? I mean, the wings look transparent. And so I'm using Quin Gold instead of raw sienna here, just because I'm looking for a lighter yellow, something a little bit brighter than the rest of the painting, even though the butterfly's wings are duller. I'm just taking that extra license. And then I have to decide, what am I going to use for the black? Am I going to use black gesso, black ink, black watercolor? I'm not sure. So that'll come next, and hopefully that'll turn out okay. I've decided to go with black gouache because it lifts, so I can lay the black down and then just lift it up just ever so slightly, so in some areas it's not quite as dark. That'll give the butterfly a little bit of a sense of transparency. If I used ink, I wouldn't, and I can do this actually after the whole thing dries, so it gives me a lot of flexibility. And if I don't like that, I just go back over it and change it. Now, the bad thing about gouache is that it can lift the colors around it, so you have to be sure that they're super dry, and you just do it with one brush stroke. So there we are. I think I might have completed this painting. I will set it aside and wait to see if it needs anything else. I wanted to show you this butterfly. I'm so glad that I used black gouache, because I can lift up some of the black, otherwise it would have been too strong for the rest of the painting. And this one and 36 other paintings will be on display at the Washington Pavilion from November 5th, 2021 to April 8th of 2022.